And man, I don't know what the hell happened, but it froze up um, real quick. I'm glad I did it. I'm glad it froze up quickly, but let's try this again. Um, what's happening, everybody? Another Thursday night right here on the grind. I would like to start out by thanking my sponsors. Let's try this again. First up tonight is Hell Speed Shop, hellspeedshop.com. They have some awesome flannel shirts, t-shirts, hats, all kinds of cool stuff. If you go to the website, hellspeedshop.com, search around there, find you some apparel for men, women, kids. They got a lot of stuff. We just got the new pink uh, cancer awareness flannel. Awesome. We also got the Texas or Welcome to Texas, uh, Texas Chainsaw Massacre type blanket from them. It's awesome quality, awesome stuff. You got to get over to hellspeedshop.com and order you some stuff up. Next up, our good friends over at Urban Rides Magazine, urbanridesmagazine.com. Let me say it again, urbanridesmagazine.com. Best magazine in the industry by far. All kinds of bikes, audio shows. They go all over the country to the different rallies, doing the stereo competitions, doing the bike shows. You can find them on all the social media outlets. Just go to urbanridesmagazine.com, get you a subscription today. Next up is our good friends over at Jade Affiliated. If you need custom wheels for your Harley Davidson motorcycle, go to jadeaf.com, go online, check them out, order some wheels. The stuff is badass. I've got one. I've got the Walter White custom made. It's a killer wheel going on my bagger that we're building right now. Anyway, check them out on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all the social media platforms at Jade Affiliated, or just go to the website at jadeaf.com. Next up, American Drag Seats. When it comes to motorcycle seats, we got you covered. I know that sounds so cliche. It's serious. We got you covered. Custom Harley Davidson aftermarket seats. We got all the years, the makes, the models. We've got any type of the American Iron Horse motorcycle seats. We can do the custom bagger seats. You build the pan, send it to us. We'll foam it, shape it, cover it, make it badass for you. Send us your stock Harley seats. We can recover them, reshape them, anything you want. Go to AmericanDragSeats.com. Send us a message. We'll hook up with you. Go to American Drag Seats /Attitude Inc. on Facebook, American Drag Seats on Instagram, American Drag Seats on TikTok and Twitter. Man, we're everywhere. Just check us out, American Drag Seats. Next up is Legacy Bike Works right here in Manville, Texas. Restorations, full builds, audio, air rides, center stands, custom wheels, custom seats, custom everything. Legacy Bike Works on Instagram, Legacy Bike Works on Facebook, right here in Manville, Texas. So if you're on the south end of Houston, man, come check us out. Legacy Bike Works. And then last but not least, our good friends over at Hopkins Design. When it comes to websites, prints, logos, design, photos, videos, business cards, digital flyers, hard print flyers, it doesn't matter what you need. Hopkins-design.com is where you should be going. That's what you need to do. Go check them out. So, what's up, everybody? I see we got a lot of followers right here on YouTube and Facebook. Give me 2 seconds. Let me get over to my facing book. So I see Earl's watching, Ron Nutt, Mr. Robert Davis is watching. Unfortunately, the comments I can only see them on my cell phone because I can't see them in the comments section of this stuff. But I will keep my phone right here beside me. Somebody leave a comment. I want to see if these comments are rolling. What the hell's the deal? Why am I not getting the comments? There they are. What's up, Mr. Robert Davis, Uncle Bruno, Ron Nutt? What's going on, everybody? Man, tonight's not going to be a long show, but tonight's going to be a very passionate show. Uh, the reason I'm saying that, it's only gonna be about a 30-minute show, is because I don't want to wear out the topic. But here over the last couple of weeks, man, I have learned a lot about a little thing called loyalty. Loyalty with customers, loyalty with friends, loyalty with family, loyalty just across the board. Um, when you're in a position, what's up, Deborah? Thanks for watching. What's up, Mr. Louis Bailey watching? Um, Loyalty is a very hard thing to have, possess, hold. If you do have people in your life that are loyal to you, even to a fault, man, hold on tight to them. Because I'll tell you what, you want to find out and test a friendship. Yes, it has been, Deborah. Yes, it has. But I appreciate you watching. The reason I'm talking about loyalty tonight is because in the wide world that we live in right now, loyalty is, man, it's almost like it's fragile. The reason I say, what's up, Jeremy? The reason I say it's fragile is because if you are in a situation and you're like me, you offer help, you offer assistance, you're willing to talk to anybody, you're willing to discuss anything. I've got a couple of people, and I'm lying when I say I have a couple. I have a lot of people that over the last 6 years. What's up, Dana? What's up, James? But I have a lot of people over the last 6 years of doing this show that if I went back to the first year, which was 2018, I did this show, there's a lot of people that used to watch the show. They used to. I don't remember us having a falling out. I don't remember us getting into an argument. I don't remember us getting into a fight. Nothing like that. But for some reason, they stopped watching the show. Straight up, they stopped watching it. That's loyalty to me. The loyalty is, hey, I'm supporting the grind. I'm supporting what Kevin's got going on. I'm supporting what he's trying to do to this industry. But for one reason or another, they stopped supporting it. They stopped watching it. They stopped participating in it. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not upset that people come and go. I'm not, people have lives. Not everybody can watch this show every Thursday night at 9 o'clock. Not everybody can do this. Me, on the other hand, I'm loyal to all of y'all that are watching it, that keep watching it. I'm loyal by being here every Thursday night, by being here, trying to figure out some topic to talk about, something to bring to the table. What's up, Tim? When I tell you that I'm loyal like that, I'm literally loyal like that. And the people that have blatantly just left my life, I'm okay with that too. I'm not mad at them at all. But that just shows me their loyalty to this. Everybody in this industry that's a builder or has product or does motorcycle seats, chrome plating, it doesn't matter, stereo equipment, whatever. Everybody that is on the business side of this industry knows loyalty is very, very fragile. You're only as good as your last build. You're only as good as your last chrome job. You're only as good as your last motorcycle seat. You have to constantly be upping your game, constantly be moving forwards, constantly honing your skills, and trying to bring something else to the table. If you're doing the same work you did 5 years ago, you're stagnant. Okay. You're not pushing the envelope to get better and better and better and better and better. Let me explain this. I've seen some builders build bikes. What's up, David Reed? Mr. Rich Cozy. I see you guys watching. I appreciate that. But what I'm saying is I've seen builders become stagnant, and they build the same bike over and 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 over. When I say that is it's good that those builders are being loyal to the manufacturers of the parts, but have they stepped out of their comfort zones and built something else and done something else? I don't see that a whole lot. And that's not by any means a put down to anybody that's still building the same type of bikes or the same things they're doing. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not putting them down. What I'm saying is that if you stay in one lane and you're focused on just that, getting better and better and better at that one thing, hats off to you. But when you branch out and you build this type of bike and then you stay on that exact course, you're even though you're still in a forward motion, you're becoming stagnant. Somebody asked me to do a seat a while back, and they're like, dude, I need you to do something you've never done. I need you to try to think about this and come out of the box. And when I explained to them about the pricing, that's where the line was drawn, like, oh, I can't pay that. Okay, then you have to get what I currently can do for that price. When you get people that really want, how do I put this? They want the best you have to offer, and they're willing to pay you to get creative. There's a lot that can go wrong with that. There's a lot that can go right with it also. But finding the customer base that supports your creativity. It's just like buying a tennis shoe. Some are loyal to Adidas, some are loyal to Reebok, some are loyal to Nike. It's hard to get a Nike fan to go over to Adidas or vice versa or whatever. Amen, Jeremy. There's no growth in the comfort zone and there's no comfort in the growth zone. That is a very good statement. The reason I'm saying this is because I've been in business for 27 years. My first business was a car wash, a mobile car wash. And we had a lot of loyal customers. I mean, a lot. I mean, signed contracts, the whole 9 yards. We did their cars every week for years, for 4 or 5 years in a row. We had other customers that they didn't know what the word loyalty meant. They just, hey, come wash my car today and whatever. But the one thing I've noticed is in the motorcycle seat world, in the bike building world, when you do certain things, I don't expect customers to ever stay loyal to me, because when I build something, I build it to my skill set. What's up, Mr. Wingo Eric Jazadka? Good morning to you, brother. It kind of perturbs me, and the reason that it perturbs me is because when a customer comes into your shop, and it could be anybody's shop, and they start talking about, man, I've been screwed by this company, I've been screwed by that company, I've been screwed by this company, and then you tell them, look, we're not here to screw you. What we're here to do is be fair to you, be fair to us. We don't work for free. We don't expect you to, give us all your money for nothing. We're going to give you what you're paying for, but we expect you to be somewhat loyal to the process and get it done. But what I don't get is when you extend your hospitality, when you extend, hey, look, I'm working on your bike. Yeah, you know what? I found this other problem. I'm just going to fix it for free. I'm going to take care of you. You take care of the customer. They get their bike. They fucking love it. They love it. 6 months later, you see that same bike on someone else's Facebook page at another shop, and it's being worked on, and they're replacing everything you did. And not because what you did was wrong, but because they wanted to go to the next level. And the reason I use audio is because, some guys get entry-level speakers or get entry-level amps, or they get one amp and a couple, and then you get bit by that audio bug. And then all of a sudden it's like, well, okay, well, I paid these guys over here to do this job, but now I'm going to go over to this other shop and get them to do this job. That's what I'm talking about, the loyalty, not having loyalty in customers, is because if we were never given the opportunity to upgrade, how do you know that we couldn't have done a better job? That's where I have an issue with what I'm calling this loyalty factor. The loyalty factor is this, is when you find a shop that's willing to work with you, willing to work with your budget, returns your phone calls, returns your text messages, treats you better than they would treat a regular customer. They almost treat you like family. Why won't you be loyal? It's irrelevant at this point if we expect it, but why won't you be loyal? It's just like when a bike builder in general, He's building bikes and building bikes, and let's say he gets a painter and he's like, man, this painter's so good. This painter's got it going on. He's doing everything we ask. But you've got that one painter so busy that you end up having to go to another painter. And then you use that painter, and then you get another painter and another painter and another painter. And before you know it, you've already forgotten about the first painter, the painter that helped you get where you are, helps you get the recognition you want, but you're not being loyal to that painter. Why? Why can't you step your game up and be loyal across the board? It applies in friendships also. You have a friend and you're calling them all the time, you're there for each other, you're discussing issues, you're discussing moves you're going to be making. My favorite one, and I'm picking on Louis for a minute, is the untouchables. I've seen Louis use the untouchable phrase, but I know Louis goes through people. He goes through seat builders, painters, chromers, but he seems like now he's got a good thing going on with Johnny and with PJ, and they finally got their machine oiled. They got their process perfect, and they're going and they're doing. And hats off to PJ and Johnny, because they're getting bikes knocked out. And that's one thing I really enjoy seeing, is I like seeing PJ's videos where he's walking through the shop, showing you the work they're doing. And then the next week he'll take another video, and those bikes are no longer there. They're replaced with other bikes. So he's being, what I'd like to call, transparent, to the point that he's showing you, hey, look, we're doing bikes. We're turning them out. We're getting them in. We're getting them out. We're getting them in. We're getting them out. Being a small shop owner and seeing the volume of bikes that come and go in Lucky 7, that's awesome to me that they're able to get that much done. But I don't know that it was an overnight process. It took time to get to that process. I see other people that work by themselves, and it amazes me how people can be loyal to their customers and do certain things and get these jobs in, get them out, get them in, get them out, get them in, get them out, get them in, get them out, to the point it almost seems, like, oh my God, another paint job. I got to do another paint job. Holy shit. This is the 7th one this month. For you guys that don't know about it, paint work is a lot more than just going and peel some tape off. Man, there's the prep work. There's pinholes. There's body work, there's smoothing the edges, there's all these processes that go into it. And I joke with Brian Barber all the time about, I would never want to be a painter. It's just, it seems like there's so much that could go wrong with painting, and it doesn't seem like if somebody said, hey man, I want $5,000 to paint your bagger, and I'm going to paint it in these colors, these 3 colors, and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, that any one of those processes could mess up. And the deeper you get into the paint job, if one of those base first processes messes up, you got to do everything over. I know that the professionals have been doing it a long time. They've probably gone to some paint classes or paint courses, and they've learned how to mix this and mix that, put the right amount of hardener in it, put the right amount of catalyst in it, this much flake, whatever. They learn this over time, but it's almost like when a customer comes to you, they're just like, they discount everything you've put in over your career of doing it. They dismiss it like it's nothing, like it's no big deal, and you sit here and you think to yourself, man, it is a big deal. It's a big process. A lot of people don't understand that when you're self-employed, it takes time. It takes time to find out what the customer wants, find out the parts they need, what the availability is, put a big quote together, try to think in of the mishaps that may or may not happen. By the time you put it all together, you've got, for me, I know if we do a full build, by the time I get the whole quote put together, it could take me anywhere between 6 and 8 hours to get a full quote, get the paint, make all the phone calls, get the line of parts, find out when the part's going to get here, talk to the wheel manufacturers, the body kit manufacturers, the painter, the chrome plater, finding out where all my gaskets are going to come from, just getting all this information. And, whether it takes some guys 4 hours to do it, some guys 8 hours to do it, hell, sometimes it could take 2 days to do it. But when you put all that time into that full build, just as a quote, you've eaten up a lot of your working time. Now, I know everybody out there that owns their businesses, they're smarter than me and they know everything. But are you putting that quote time into the build sheet? Because what we've learned to do now, and I say we've learned, is we have a quote fee. We don't do quotes for free anymore because we put so much effort into the quotes only to have the customer say, okay, well, that's cool, man. Well, I'm going to get back with you. Well, you just cost me 4 hours of my day, 4 hours I can't work. And a lot of people want to tell you, well, that's just part of doing business. Well, here's another side of doing business. If you're going to do a quote, you can do it one of two ways. You can either add your quote hours into your bid so that you got paid for those time, or when the customer says, hey, can I get a quote on doing this, that, and the other? You can tell them, okay, I charge $150 for a quote. If you choose to use me, I will take that $150 off of your invoice as paid. You can do it either way. You can either put it inside the bid in hopes that you get it and you got your time paid, or you can just tell them up front, hey, look, I charge $150 to give a quote for a full build because I'm going to have 4 to 6 hours in putting this estimate together for you. It seems so scary to do that because you're like, man, how many people are going to pay me just to find out what my price is? The reality is, man, is that you're going to end up with serious customers instead of the tire kickers. The tire kickers are the guys that have no loyalty to you, your shop. They don't have loyalty to anybody, no matter how good of a job you do for them. They're going to bounce around and do their thing. What's up, Mr. William Combe, Mr. Jeremy Goheen, Mike Wilcoxon, Norma Rangel Torres is watching. It's really hard when you have a business and you're starting out and you're trying to get that work. But let me tell you, people, here's something I know. I'm 55 years old. I have owned 4 businesses, successful businesses, mind you. Now, if you're basing it off of how much money I generate a year, then I don't know how successful I am, but I know successfully I have to file a tax return for every single one of those businesses every year. So that's got to be something. But I know this, if you start the right way, it may take you a little bit longer to get where you want, but when you get where you want, you will already built in the process that's the proper process. Your contracts, your stipulations, your what ifs. If you have a customer come into your shop and they're doing nothing but stroking your ego and stroking your ego and stroking your ego, and they tell you price is not a concern, that's the customer you should be worrying about. Because I don't care how much money someone makes a year, price is always an issue. Rich people didn't get rich by paying the most money and just giving their shit away, saying, hey, you got an open checkbook, you can do whatever you want. Bullshit. The richest of the rich out there, the most financially successful people out there, they're going to want to know what they're paying for the service they're given. If they do not care what the price is, you're going to have an issue with them. I promise you. You can save this video, pass it to your friends, mark that little portion at the 24-minute mark. I said, if a customer says money is not an object, it will become a troubled customer. You're going to have an issue with them. I promise you. Rich people didn't get rich by not being concerned with the price. Poor people can't afford it any fucking way. And I'm one of those poor people. That's why I don't ask for a lot of stuff. Because if I don't have the money to pay for it, I'm not going to waste your time. I'm not going to be window shopping. In my new business, I have to get quotes every single day from metal suppliers, galvanizing, which we call hot dipping suppliers. I've got to know what my welding consumables cost. I got to know I got to have all the answers. In my industry, it's so volatile. Metal prices go up one day, down the next, up one day, down the next. But you have to be realistic with your customers. Hey, look, you're buying this product that I'm going to make for you. There it is. But back to the loyalty part of this. The reason I'm even bringing this topic up tonight is because over the last 6 years, I have found out that friends, a lot of people that claim to be my friends, man, they're not. They're freaking acquaintances. They're vampires. They're only going to use me for what they can get out of me. They're not going to be loyal to me. That doesn't mean that everybody's that way. That just means I have found out there are people that are that way. I trust people too much. I'm actually officially stopping that shit. Now I'm becoming very straightforward. Here's the deal. I don't believe a fucking word coming out of your mouth until you prove to me that's going to happen. Period, point blank, the end. Doesn't mean I don't like you. Doesn't mean I don't appreciate you. Doesn't mean any of that. What it means is if you tell me something, I do not believe you until you do that. Once you do it, you have proven to me you're trustworthy. If I have to raise an issue with you and I have to remind you of what you've said, ding, ding, we're done because you already proved to me that you're not loyal to me. You were just giving me lip service. That's what you were doing. What's up, Mike, Jimmy, Gary Dubois? Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate you guys. So it may seem like I'm being very calloused or very cold. I'm not being calloused. I'm not being cold. I like you very well as a person. But when it comes to business, business is business. And I'm not going to believe what you're saying until you prove it to me. Because I do that. I never promise something that I don't deliver on, even if it costs me money to deliver. Period. I just don't. I don't know if it was the way that I was raised. I don't know if it's the years of me getting fucked. What's up, Scott? What's up, Chris? I don't know why I am the way I am, but I've always been a person that when I tell you I'm going to do something, I do it, even if it costs me money to do it. Even if I'm mad at you, even if you screwed me over, I still end up doing what I said I was going to do. Because at the end of the day, my word is all I've got. And I really don't want anybody saying that I'm a piece of shit. I lie. I don't do what I say I'm going to do. I don't want that. I don't need that in my life. What I need in my life is people to say, well, you know what? You may not like him, but when he says he's going to do something, he does it. He always has. He always will be. That's who I am. You know, I try very hard to be that loyal individual. What's up, Doug? I try to be that loyal guy. I try to be that guy that when I tell you I'm going to do something for you, I'm going to do it. I'm also the kind of guy that if I can't do something for you, I'm going to tell you I can't do that. Or I'm going to tell you, hey, I've never done it. I'm willing to try it. Are you willing to pay me to try that? Because I can try that. I feel comfortable enough to try that. I don't feel secure enough to tell you I'm going to knock it out of the park, but I can make an effort to do that for you and try it. I was talking to a guy earlier today, and he said, I need a new group of friends, the kind of friends that aren't afraid of repercussions. And if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. And I was like, I don't need friends like that because friends like that can land me in places I don't want to be. What I want to do though is I want to keep doing this show, but I want to make it an effort to try to change you people, to get more people watching, to get more people involved. I'm telling you guys, I have a lot of cool shit I want to happen. I just have to find the resources to make it happen. But if I do find those resources, you're all going to find out. I told you I was going to do it, and now it's happening. That's not an I told you so. That's I'm telling you so. I'm telling you, I have some stuff that I want to do for this industry, and I'm going to do everything in my power to make it happen one way or the other. And it may take a couple of years for this to happen. But I mean, shit, this show's been on the air for 6.5 years. I never thought this show was going to last a year. I never thought this show was going to last 1 month. I started this thing out saying I'm going to do 3 shows. I did all 3 of those shows, and it just kept going. It kept going. I tried to shut the show down back in, what was it, all of March and April and May, and I couldn't even shut it down because I had too many people calling saying, man, why aren't you going live? Where did you go? What's up, Dave? We really like watching you. A lot of people admitted they don't watch the show live on Thursday nights because it's 10 o'clock on the East Coast. It's freaking 8 o'clock on the West Coast or 7 o'clock on the West Coast. The time frames are messed up. It's the best time for me to do the show. That's why I do it now. But a lot of people go back the next day and they watch the show. I've had a lot of the biggest name industry builders, a lot of the big name manufacturers. I talk to these people. I talk to them all the time. And when I talk to them, it's always the same response. Not tooting my horn. I'm just telling you what they said. Dude, keep doing what you're doing because we love what you're doing. And I tell everybody, man, it gets taxing figuring out what the hell I'm going to talk about on this podcast or this show to keep everybody entertained and keep everybody interested and involved in what I'm doing. Well, sometimes it's not entertaining. And look, the goddamn screen just froze up. Can y'all still hear me? Because the screen froze up. I'm still here if y'all can hear me. It's just the screen is froze. Am I froze on y'all's end? Or am I still moving around and jumping around? Yeah, we can hear you. Your phone is the problem. Rest in peace to Jerry and condolences to the Covenants. Yeah, both YouTube and Facebook are frozen. Okay, well, since everybody can still hear me, I told you guys it wasn't going to be a very long show tonight. But since the screen is frozen, I'm probably going to go on and end the show now. But I want to tell everybody, if anybody has any topics they want discussed on the show, send me a message. All you got to do is just send me a message. And I will do the research. I will find out everything you want to know. Hell, I'll even bring you on the show to discuss it, because that's one thing I'm wanting to do, is bring in more topics about the show, about the industry. And it doesn't even have to be about the industry. There's a lot of cool shit out there to talk about. I mean, hell, all the stuff that's going on in rock and roll land right now with the new documentaries coming out, a lot of the older bands are coming back around. I mean, you can talk about 80s rock and roll all you want to also. But anyway, do me a favor, share the videos, get out there. I'm going to figure out why this thing is freezing up on me. And I'm also going to try to figure out how we can get all the comments and stuff back live so I can see them and I don't have to watch it on my phone. But anyway, you guys go have a kick-ass night. Y'all go over to that 42wheels.com, get you a subscription to that. Texas Tim McLaughlin on Facebook and Tim McLaughlin on YouTube. He's the guy putting it together. He's the guy that's doing it. You got to get over there and check it out. But anyway, you guys go have a kick-ass week. We will see you all next Thursday, and hopefully I'll have a cool topic that I can bring up and bring somebody on and discuss. Anyway, you guys, I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a great weekend.